I'm Kanishk, and I'm representing an organization called ICRI, which stands for Preparing You for Careers of Tomorrow. We are primarily focusing on new age careers and making with a vision going that we are trying to make students job ready. We are providing full-time courses in partnership with multiple universities across India. Primarily, we are based in Delhi, Bombay, Pune, Dehradun, Jaipur, and Bhopal. We have a alumni close to about 23,000 students now who are working across the globe. And what we are doing is that we're providing a whole host of specialized degree courses, which are full-time degree courses in partnership with multiple universities across India. And these degree courses are ranging from doing an MBA healthcare to maybe doing a PCA in data science to doing a BC or a BSc in cybersecurity to maybe doing something as scientific as an MSc in clinical research and data sciences. That's what we are doing, and with a vision of making students job ready. We are currently working with close to 16 different universities across India. I'm trying to bridge the gap between the academy and the industry. I have close to about 24 years of experience as far as skilling and development is concerned. So that's a little bit about us.
My name is Debapratim. I'm co-founder in Alumna.ai. This is an organization, it's an AI-based platform which we are building. We call it a foundation model, which will take care of high school students starting from 11th, 12th, who would be exploring their career. So basically, we are giving data-driven insights to see that they are able to make the right decision, choose their career, and go about their journey. So we start with career exploration, and eventually we take down to upskilling and internship, joining a job, etc. That's the whole life cycle we intend to capture. So right now we have this engine, and I would say that we are at the MVP stage, and we are planning to expand in the coming days. Of course, some of the institutions across India are our clients. They avail our services, and we are planning to scale it up across India. And my background is, of course, I've spent 25 years in the IT industry domain, specifically in digital ID and digital transformation projects. So that's a brief about me, and I'm based out of Delhi right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Devis, and I'm also very happy to be part of this panel, and also happy to know about the background of Kanishk and Dev. I am a faculty here at IIT Guwahati, situated in Assam, and I joined. I'm a faculty since last 3 years, and I am part of the School of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence here. We have different degree programs. Like BTech, Masters, PhD, and besides these on-campus, we have varied degree programs on data science and AI, which are on campus. And besides that, we also have online degree program on data science and AI. And I am also the placement coordinator for that degree program. Internship and placement coordinator. Besides the teaching and administrative responsibilities, I also have a research group here called these SPIN Research Labs, where we try to do R&D on applications of AI towards making our society more informed and also making us a bit more lazy by building useful AI applications. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neeraj. I'll first of all, sorry for the disturbance that has been caused. I just want to introduce myself first to you all. I am Supriya, Sales Manager at Transline Technologies. For over 24 years, we have been working across government, enterprise, and critical infrastructure projects in India for helping organizations use technology in a smarter way. When it comes to education, our goal is very simple. We want to help schools and universities move beyond basic digitization and build smarter and safer campus. From AI-powered surveillance and smart attendance to your connected classroom and real-time insight, we focus on making everyday campus operations easier and more effective. At the Transline, we believe technology should quietly do its job in the background while making a real and visible difference in the classroom and learning experiences. So thank you so much, panelists, that you have joined us today here. I just want to start with some of our questions with our speakers. First, I want to ask Mr. Kanishk. You have worked very closely with multi-campus institutions that are deeply linked to industry. from what you see on the ground, what are some of the biggest operational challenges that school and colleges are currently dealing with, and where have you seen AI making a real measurable difference? Like in your personal experience, can you tell us that where it is actually making that kind of difference?
Thank you for that question, Supriya. Thankfully, I've been a part of this sector for now more than 2 decades plus, and I have seen this sector evolve over a period of time. From the time where, forget about AI, nothing known as even connectivity or cloud computing used to even exist. From the time where we would be busy, putting up an ad in the newspaper and talking to students over the phone and collecting and collating their data on a register which is handwritten. Today what has happened is that today you have got intelligent AI software and you've got CRM software that are there where you can not only assess and assimilate the entire data, but you can also provide a very comprehensive detailed CRM report as well, in terms of feedback, in terms of how many students are going to get admission into your school or your college or university, whatever it is, and go complete the entire student journey cycle for that period of say 3 months or 6 months or 8 months. So I feel that was one very big change, which was primarily in the area of admission and administrative area, or enrollment management is what I call it. Would be a very, very, very big change is what is something which I have seen. So that's one. Second, I think the big change also that I have seen is that in fee collection and fee management as well. I mean, back in the day, you'll be busy going to a classroom and talking to a student yourself personally and telling him that, oh, why have you not paid, and so on and so on and so on. Today, that day is gone. Today, you have those daily reminders, AI chatbots have come in, and, you've got emails, SMSs going to your inboxes and telling them that this is how much you have paid, this is the fee that is left, and so on and so on, or this is due or not due. So I think that has made a lot of difference in terms of cash flow analysis, cash flow understanding, and so on. So I think that's the second big area that I feel has really made a lot of difference. Third area where I also feel a lot of changes come about is in academic planning and academic management as well. Earlier on in the day, what used to happen was that there was a lot of chaos in terms of faculty load management. What's the kind of teaching that one particular teacher would be teaching? The feedback mechanism was also very scattered, was not comprehensive, was not to the point, or not focused at all whatsoever. However, today what has happened is that everything, the whole data has you can collate the entire data through a CRM software or maybe an LMS that is there, and put the entire feedback mechanism, put the entire timetable across, and tell the student that so and so time is going to be there for a specific module or a subject that is going to be taught to you. It's very clear right from the day you are enrolling a student. Clearly, digitization or maybe AI for that matter has really enabled the whole process. Ensured that we've come a long way from the time where you were writing everything on a piece of paper or on a registrar. Now, everything is comprehensive, collated, collected, and, put in one place where, you're able to read, assess, assimilate the entire data and move out from that data.
Thank you so much, Kanishk. That was very thoughtful and insightful for us. So my next question is to you, Neeraj. Coming from an academic and research background, I would love your perspective on this. Beyond improving learning outcomes, how do you see AI and IoT changing everyday campus operations? Things like safety, monitoring, and managing resources more efficiently. Like, what are your thoughts over it?
Sure. Thank you, Supriya. Beyond benefiting the learning outcomes, which Kanishk was elaborating on, and also beyond benefiting the communication aspect with students through AI and data science tools, I do see it's a lot of scope for improving the campus amenities through this deployment of IoT sensors in the campus. For example, like a campus like IIT Guwahati, which is a residential campus housing more than 9,000 students. So it's a highly dense campus in terms of the student and the faculty strength residing in campus, right? So they are 24/7 throughout the year in campus. They do have holidays. Most of the time, everybody is in campus. So this demands the campus to be monitored. When I say monitored, it's there are some things also to be followed. How should the monitoring be done? Transparency aspects and those things. But keeping those aside, just to answer this question, so I think that this aspect of deploying IoT sensors to collect data for attendance or mobility of students, of faculty, of traffic in the campus, the usage of research facility, inclusive usage of various canteens, the elevator usability, the lighting distribution, the power system usage on the campus. Can these all be managed more efficiently? Like, for example, there are some holidays and also there are some hours when students are not in the class. So can we monitor the AC, if turn on and turn off, or what temperature to maintain the AC at more efficiently by deploying these sensors? So I think as we move towards smart cities, campuses like IIT, and there are many such campuses in India by private universities also, these can act as test beds to see the concept of smart cities, how that might be evaluated, because these are residential campuses. So yeah, that is my suggestion, that beyond academic outcomes, the administration of campus can also be monitored, and it will definitely help in making it, the administration more efficient. And it's not just reacting to the data which got collected. Proactive measures can also be taken to design better policies so that the campus can run more smoothly.
We totally agree what you said. We are aligned with your thoughts as well. So now my next question is to Debapratim. Debapratim, you have worked a lot on large-scale digital public infrastructure and identity systems. What lessons from that experience can school take when building digital campuses that are secure, scalable, and really student-focused? So,
Thank you.
what are you saying on this?
Thank you, Supriya, for that question. And thank you, everybody, for your time. Now, if you look at digital ID infrastructure, all of us are part of it in India. We are very lucky that we have something called Aadhaar and the ecosystem in existence, which is making our life easy on a day-to-day basis. So if you look at the overall infrastructure, it is all about trust, scalability, and inclusion. So now from an AI perspective, when you look at it, perhaps every interaction needs to be integrated with identity per se, and it should be consent driven with students and parents knowing that exactly how their data is being used. Any such system needs to have that aspect very clear. The second aspect, which is very important, is scalability and interoperability. If you look at our infrastructure, Aadhaar infrastructure, or if I may call it digital public infrastructure, it's fairly scalable. Government is able to integrate all the projects. We have UPI integrated with it. Today's date, even Blinkit or any other application, somewhere or the other, uses that infrastructure to make our life easy. So similarly, if you look at students' perspective, perhaps it would be very important that every interaction should be consent driven. And then, of course, some kind of integration should be there where ecosystem, including the ERPs, the learning management system and career guidance platforms like Alumna.ai, which we are proposing, connect seamlessly. This will ensure resilience and adaptability to as the technology evolves. The third aspect is inclusion, which is very, very important when we are talking from a overall, being such a big nation and a lot of aspirations and accessibility. So what AI brings is that level of access to information where they are able to make data-driven decisions, and that's what we are looking at going ahead in the future. So public systems, when it is reaching the last mile, I think that's where we will achieve, the goal which we have set as a country, and they should be able to use that information wisely so that they make the correct decisions. For example, somebody taking an admission without really knowing what is the outcome, it would be much better that if he is informed, if there are systems which can take care of such decision making, which can help them to make the right decisions. And that's where I think it will make a lot of difference in terms of even overall aspect of governance and transparency, and give students data-driven insights before they make decisions. So I can go on and on, but that's what I would like to summarize. That's how I look at it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debapratim. Thanks a lot. Kanishk, my next question is to you. Since you work closely with future-focused fields like cybersecurity, data science, and healthcare, how important do you think smart campus systems like AX serverless, digital attendance, and curriculum technology are introduced institutions for these programs. What are your thoughts on this study and how you want to describe it?
So I think that, today's programs um, require more of experiential learning than of only of theory. So I think technology or AI or however would one would want to term it as a AI smart classroom or AI smart university. I think gone are the days where you would expect a student to come into a classroom and understand bookish knowledge and that be the end of it. I think it's gone far more beyond that. Student expectations have are far more beyond that, which is why coming back to my original point that today's learning methodologies have become more experiential than theoretical itself. So for experiential learning, it has to be backed by technology. Without that, experiential learning is not possible. For example, if you are teaching, say, cyber security, if you do not have a campus which is or if you have a campus which is a non-digital campus or a campus which does not say cover things like maybe cloud computing or does not support a cloud computing software or something like that. So teaching becomes very difficult and teaching becomes very theoretical in that sense. So I feel that, technology plays a very important role from a teaching perspective because I am saying it purely from a student perspective and from an institution perspective itself. That I feel that technology in time to come is going to play a more vital role. I mean, I can give you another example. I mean, things like maybe a virtual lab. I mean, 30 years ago or say even 20 years ago, who would have ever thought that I would end up having a virtual lab and, get that kind of an exposure. But today I can talk about it, I can feel it, I can see it, I can learn from it. So that's the role of technology and that's the kind of technology importance that time will, over a period of time, technology will become more and more and more and more important. So from a learning standpoint, I feel this is very important. That's my take on this.
Thank you so much. So my next question to you, Neeraj, is as institutions adopt AI for surveillance, attendance, and handling student data.
So, yes, this is a very good question and very relevant in current times, especially when the technology is going faster than the policies which are being there, which exist right now, right? For example, you can put a camera and record video, but what is the policy? That's how long should that video be stored? Should it be stored only for the time for which the person is in that mall, or should it get stored for 30 days? Is there a proper guideline for that? We rarely discuss such questions out in the open. And when we consider the scenario of campus monitoring using cameras or other kinds of sensors, because technology already exists out there to deploy such sensors and collect data. But it's very important to step back a bit and ask the question that these are students, right? They are not yet matured people. So whatever they see happening to them when they go into professional life, but they might make similar decisions. So when they join a company, they might be okay with monitoring the employee with various kinds of data, right? So it's very important that we bring a culture in these institutes where students feel involved in any of such kinds of deployment. And when it comes to involving students, there are some things we have to abide by, like we should, if AI is being used to monitor the campus, it should be clearly stated why is this AI being used, right? What is the exact problem this AI is going to solve? And is it true that if we use AI, then we are getting some kind of efficiency, and if we do not use AI, then we are losing out on something, right? So there should be a clear case that bringing AI is helping address this aspect much better, right? And student representatives have to be on board in such decision making, and there should also be this aspect of one system and one clearly defined purpose. For example, if we collect data saying that we are trying to improve attendance in class, but that data can be used for various purposes, like we can use that data to infer the personality of the student, and which is not a part of attendance. Like if I am going to monitor attendance, then I should only focus on attendance. That data should not be used for like the placement of the student 4 years down the line to give it to the company that, hey, this student was not very regular in the class, right? So such declarations should be clearly made. that if we are collecting data, what is the use of this data? It's very easy to define such things if we use one system for one task only. We should not say that, okay, today we are using this, but this has a lot of use cases in future. So that doesn't make a benefit student because it leaves things in the cloud. We never know how it will. So purpose of the AI should be clear. And the next aspect is it should be transparent. So when what data is collected, how it is processed, what decisions are to be made using that data, that should be clearly documented. And student have to be in the center of all this documentation. It has to benefit the student because we are training student for the future. The AI might help us solve the admin problem, but we are nurturing into the students here, right? So our product is not making the administration more efficient, but a student more efficient in the long run. So transparency is very important. And another aspect is respect student consent. If at any time the student wants that, okay, their video should not be collected, the technology should be able to respect that kind of consent. Otherwise, it's not proper. We were recording the attendance using pen and paper because it's easy to roll back, right? If you want to cut out a student name, you can erase it, and there can be various reasons to do that, right? So is that possible with AI? Like if some student comes back after 1 month and says, hey, I don't want my video to be recorded, is it possible to remove the video print from every storage we have where we have stored the student's video? So if there is no such thing, fallback option, then again, it's questionable. Should this technology be used? So this is the consent aspect, and we should collect minimal data. Although our technology is quite friendly now to collect a huge amount of data, when it comes to, again, in campus monitoring, we should focus on collecting minimal data for the task we are after, because it's otherwise it's not easy to say which data, what task it is going to add, right? So these are some recommendations, if I may say.
Thank you so much, Neeraj. It was, you put it very well, and we agree that we should consider about the stringent consent. Purpose should be clear before using any sort of AI or any such software you are using. Purpose should be clear for that matter. So, Debapratim, now my second question for you will be, on day-to-day operations, how do AI-powered platforms and smart agents help school administrators make better decisions, especially when managing compliance, operations, and student journeys at scale?
Yeah, sure. Supriya, if I have understood.
Yes.
So yeah. See the maximum. We know that AI systems with the smart agents can have the maximum impact, but as other speakers have reiterated, that data privacy safeguards would be one of the key aspects. But if you look at from a perspective, compliance and governance, I think it can help pretty much into automated reporting. So basically, if you look at any AI, I mean the AI powered platforms which we are talking, and smart agents, they can maximize the impact. Now, if you look at it structurally, then first thing, of course, is compliance and governance perspective. So automated reporting is one of the things I think even Neeraj has highlighted. AI agents can generate compliance reports as per the need. Policy monitoring is something which can be catered pretty smartly without getting into the details. And most important, I think all the speakers have highlighted, is the data privacy safeguards. Some kind of a consent protocol needs to be set up to see that any such risk do not arise. Now, going next, operational efficiencies. Pretty much, you can plan the predictive resource allocation aspect, the workflow automation depending on the task being carried out by the individual institutions, and then there can be smart alerts which can help the organization to conduct operationally better. Most important aspect I think I will touch is smart the students' journey. And if you look at it, there can be customized dashboards to see how the students are progressing. If you look at career pathway guidance, that's where actually Alumna.ai is working. It can give some kind of a backup to see that how they should go about their career, what are the options, what are the possibility after that. And if you have such data insights, I think it can be seamless in terms of how they go about their future. And I think few years back, we didn't have systems like that while we were growing. But definitely ways that it kind of makes the student independent in the sense that they have the freedom to explore their career options, take the data-driven insights, and work on it much before what we could have done in the past. So what are the strategic, if you look at it, implications is administrators can manage numbers of students with granular insights. They can manage the compliance, and the other aspect is operation shift. Basically, they can have predictive insights to do correctives and take those measures apart from the student's career journey, which I have highlighted. So that's pretty much what I wanted to highlight.
Thanks a lot. So my final question to you, Ganesh, is if you were advising school or university leaders who are planning for the next 3 to 5 years, what kind of technology investment would you tell them to prioritize, especially if they want to balance campus safety, day-to-day efficiency, and the ability to scale smoothly as they grow? What you gonna advise over this?
The first fundamental thing that what every university that needs to do is to create an integrated campus. What I mean by the word integrated campus is that they should have a CRM which focuses on the basic student life cycle or the student journey that is there from the time that they are trying to take an admission to the time that they are trying to start their program. So that's one. They should also have an ERP which focuses on the administrative and financial rules and the responsibilities of the university that is there. The third aspect that they should also focus is a lot more is on an LMS, which is a learning management software. I think if you integrate all these things, you'll end up having a very exhaustive sort of a software or a smart, I would not say a smart campus, but a campus which starts from the basic foundation or creating a smart campus. Because I think an LMS has become very essential today, an ERP has become very essential today, CRM has become very essential today, whether it is education or any other sectors. When these three areas have become very, very important in today's DNA. So that's one area that we really need to make sure that, the universities and the colleges or the schools are heavily investing into this as well. Second part where I think the other speakers have also highlighted very well is focusing a lot on safety, because safety is going to be playing a very, very, very key feature when it comes to campus management or student management or student handling, concerns to do with maybe, privacy laws on the privacy side of it. And sticking to what you asked me, I think there should be a lot of focus on safety, automation, and a lot of focus on trying to even create a cybersecurity architecture for the campus itself. Because today we are prone to cyber attacks. We are prone because the kind of data that is being collected across, whether it's colleges or universities, school, they are such large ones that we have to protect that data too. And it is our responsibility, the university's responsibility to protect that data. And that can only happen when they are able to create a cybersecurity architecture which enable them to do that. So I feel step one should be that they should end up having an ERP, a CRM, and an LMS, followed on by doing some form of safety and automation features, followed on by creating a cybersecurity network or cybersecurity architecture to protect that data itself. That is what my thought process or thinking says about what you would ask me. Then that's what it is.
I'm here, Neeraj sir. So, what is your take on the same? So, what do you think about the surveillance and cybersecurity that Kanishk sir is just describing? So, what are your take on this question?
Yeah, definitely. What Kanishk hinted at that there's once we deploy such systems, there will be a lot of data collected. This is data of students, which are yet to understand how this data will be used in the long run, right? So it's very important to collect to safeguard that data. We are using ERP or CRMs. Education is a big sector in India. There are many private players waiting to grab opportunities so that they can connect with these students and impact their decision making, right? Because India is a populous country with opportunities always limited. So and students are always waiting to embark on what opportunities can benefit them in the long run. So there are private players looking forward to help students make informed decisions. And sometimes this is send students at the sector stage, and sometimes the private company may be at the looking at their profits. So protecting student data is very critical, and so I agree with Kanishk that whatever systems are used, academia and industry have to be on the same table and have to be very transparent in terms of how this data will be safeguarded, what kind of data will be collected. Instead of rolling it into the system for the whole student population on the campus, I think it also makes sense to use or implement the system progressively, like have implement it on a smaller scale, and then have 6 months of evaluation period and see whether students are also happy with the system and the organization is happy, and then roll out gradually for the whole student, right? Because as I said earlier, that we have to have students' confidence in these things, and then it will have a much more sustainable impact and a healthy impact for the long run. Because if students see good practices being followed in making use of these systems, when they graduate and they go to industry, or they will carry that culture with them. And depending upon where they are, the hierarchy of the organization, they will like similar policies to be followed, right? So instead of again bringing in the AI based system, because there are a lot of hype of AI, we should have students brainstorm with them and then roll out on small scale and then gradually make it full scale. And I also would like to give another example where this use of data is serving a good purpose for us, not in education sector but in transportation sector. For example, many of us every day interact with Google Maps, right? It helps us to commute efficiently. So we can see Google Map as a kind of a digital twin of the road infrastructure of our city. So although we are not monitoring the road 24/7 using a camera and streaming into my dashboard in the car or my mobile phone, we are streaming a avatar or a virtual simulation of the road network, and in that simulation it is in a way a lively simulation, because it shows us how the scenario in the road is changing live, right? So I can understand the road better through this data, and it helps me to take some decisions. Which route should I take? What speed should I go? And how much time should I expect to commute from A to B? So same thing we should look at when we want to bring in such systems in campuses. It's not about streaming the video 24/7 or monitoring the faces of students. We have to think about how to do these things without streaming the actual data out there, but instead only streaming what is required, so that whatever task we are after can be done without much of privacy invasion. So that is my again recommendation.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Neeraj. Thanks a lot. So my final and last question to you, Debapratim, it is, do you see AI more as a tool that brings clarity and direction for students, or something that could overwhelm them with too many choices? How should institutions strike the right balance?
Okay, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, to summarize, I think I would say that AI can handle the routine activities, but human will handle the meaning of it. To put it in a better perspective, if we look at teachers, counselors, they can focus. Perhaps the administrative activities can be taken care of through AI, and whereas teachers, counselors, etc., they can focus on mentorship, emotional support, and creativity, where human connection is irreplaceable. AI cannot be an emotional agent where it can take care of those aspects. Then transparency is something we have already talked about. Where AI can make recommendations, but the decisions are to be taken by humans, and every individual is much more empowered. Take that insight, use that insight, and make that decision. And it should continue to be the way. But they are backed by data-driven insights. That's what AI brings on the table. So human oversight in critical decision making would be very, very important. And basically, as AI, I think it is to be understood what AI does. It gives you that data-driven insight. It doesn't say that you make that decision, but it helps you arrive at that decision. I think we should get it that way. And personalization with context. When I say personalization with context, means each individual might be looking at an information which is specific to his or her strengths. And that's why AI can give you that what are the pointers, and then you can derive some insights and, of course, take a human decision based on your current scenario. So put it together, teachers, parents, and amplifies human connection rather than replacing it. So I think we should take it as a tool which can help us make that decisions. That's how I would like to conclude it.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot to all our panelists. Those insights that you all gave are extremely valuable, especially for institutions that are trying to plan smartly and sustainably for the future. There I'm going to end it. Thanks. Thank you so much. If somebody have any questions or anyone out, if you want to conclude it, want to give their words over it, can please go ahead or we can end the session.
Thank you, Supriya. Thank you. Thank you, Neeraj, and thank you, the way I hope connect with you guys.